I'm a student of the drums. And I'm also a teacher of the drums, too.
Hey! Oh, I forgot to tell you who you're listening to. Let me do that.
You're listening to the world's most amazing people on 103.9 LI News Radio. Now, here's your host, KC Armstrong.
All right, guys. Hey, guys, what's happening? 103.9 LI News Radio, 94.1 The Bud in Orlando, Florida. WMAP, the world's most amazing people. And I have so much to tell you. Sitting here with me now is the one and only backbone of the office. It's Autumn Maglia. Autumn, we can hear you a little bit over here?
What's up, guys?
All right, as long as you're on, but you might be off a little bit. So, I have a lot to tell you. Something happened. I'm sure Mike told you in the beginning and the first segment, but I have a huge story to tell you guys. And first of all, let me just say, I walked in here and I saw Autumn, and she was disturbed. Why were you laughing at me?
Well, I don't know, Case. I know you a long time, but I have never seen you come walking up in a dress before. Okay,
well, there's a reason for that. And the reason is Mike told you before that there was an incident at the tanning salon. So what happened was I saw a screenshot of me doing work outside, and I have cameras everywhere. And I saw how white I was, and I looked horrible. I mean, I looked like I was less tan than the elbows of Ashy Larry, if you know what I mean. I was like, it was like chalk is more tan than me. So I had to get something. I had to do something about it. So I had been thinking about this for a couple of weeks. I've been obsessing over it. So a couple of weeks ago, I went and I've been trying to get one of those spray tans what they got. So I'm claustrophobic. I can't go into these little coffins where you go in there and they start telling you instructions, and they tell you to turn and do a pirouette like you're some Baryshnikov type dude. So what happened was I decided to go to this tanning salon, and I decided, okay, I'm going to show you that. Okay, now here we go. I'm going to show you guys. This is some of the audio from what they tell you. Yeah. Okay, you're hearing this the whole time. Anyway, wait till the lady starts talking. Anyway, they put you in this coffin. And I was telling the people there, the nice people over at the place I went to. So they're telling you where to put your feet, and you hear this loud noise in your ears. So look, so a guy with oh geez, this will be funny on Twitch. You get to see me. We gotta bleep this out though, because you see my white ass and my pin. But you this is a sight to behold. But yeah, we'll have to get some of that fuzzy stuff and rub all over it. You know that where they what's the word where they cover up your private parts and your white ass. So I came back in and look, the only way for me to go, because I have work clothes on, and I was just going out to do a couple things, and I said, hey, I have a couple minutes before the show. Let me go down there, and I can do it lickety-split. I'm going to toughen up, and I'm going to do it. And Autumn's laughing at me. It's fine. So I tell them, hey, look, I'm claustrophobic, as I told you last week, and you don't have a spray tan person on the premises to do this, and I really look horrible, so I need to do this. But I have my work clothes on, and my car is parked probably about 10 yards from the place. So I'm like, I can pull this off. But the only place around there, I can't get a T-shirt. I don't have any clothes. I can't call Autumn. She's got work to do. So I go to the dress barn, which is next door. Only women's clothes, Autumn.
Yes. Apparently.
All right. Apparently. So I go in there, and the lady asked if she can help me. And I said, I need someone to help me. I said, look, I'm embarrassed to be here. I'm claustrophobic. I'm very white, if you can't tell, and I need to get a tan. But the only thing is I'm in my work clothes, and when I'm done, I'm going to be sticky, and I don't want this to be all for naught, because I'm going to be sticky and it's going to rub off. And if I just walk out and put my clothes back on, but my clothes are going to be ruined, and I'm going to have no tan. So I said, where's your clearance aisle? Where is the cheap rack? Where is the stuff that nobody wants to wear? And where is it in 3X? So she points me over to this corner, and I'm toying with the idea, do I get pants? But no, pants will probably rub this. It's our same problem. Do I get a shirt or a jacket? Yeah, but then I'll be walking out my underwear and I'll get in trouble, just like Mike said. And that's another incident I'll tell you about on the way home. So the only answer that I have on him is I got to buy a dress.
Yeah.
So every once in a while, in one man's life, one time he's going to have to buy a dress. It's going to happen. And so I found, I didn't look for my color or anything, so let me show you what I'm wearing right now for the Twitch people. Is there a better camera?
Oh, hold on, please. Allow me. Oh, that's just spectacular.
All right. So yeah. Now there you go. But now I'm kind of tan a little bit. Maybe am I tan, Autumn?
I'm gonna say a little bit darker than you are.
Just a little bit, but I'm still like a dog's erection.
Yeah.
Like pink.
Yeah.
I don't know. Anyway, Jesus, I'm sorry. I'm sorry that turned out to be this vein that I needed to get a tan because I'm so white. I'll show you guys the screenshot. I'll show you what I'm talking about. I'm outside cleaning the leaves up, and I got cameras all over this place. And I look at it, and I'm like, that is not a human being. That's some kind of albacore. It's some kind of Albanian. What are they called, Autumns? The albino chicken or an albino leopard, something like that. I don't know where that came from, but that's what it looked like. So I'm talking to the lady, and I said, I think I need to buy a dress. She goes, well, we have some great summer tones. And I said, well, I don't really know what that is. I'm not looking. It doesn't have to be my color. It just has to be comfortable. I got to tell you something. This dress is comfortable. I might start wearing it. Yeah, of course I had it on backwards, and I didn't know that the little the sailor knot was supposed to be. Can you see this? Can you put it on?
Oh my God.
Let's see. Yeah, see this.
There it is.
Yeah, this. See the sailor knot? It goes right in my cleavage. You know, it's supposed to be. See right there. You're supposed to see cleavage in there. So what I got to do is after I get tan, I gotta sprint to the car, and that is going to be my walk of shame. Like, you know, when you're in college and you're a girl and you hooked up with a guy who's ugly and you didn't want to be there and you wanted to pretend that you didn't do it, so you try and leave real early in the morning with your hair all screwed up and your clothes on backwards. Everybody knew what you were up to. Same thing with guys. Guys would do that, and they're walking out with no shirt on or something. It happens. Look, these things happen. People go tanning and put dresses on. It happens. It will happen to you at the worst of it every once in a while, so don't laugh at me. So that happens, and now here's the deal. I'm so scared of it. I say, how long is it going to take with this sound effect? You know, with all the air and the, you know, all that. You can hear that for 6 minutes. You got to get it. Okay, now it's spraying. And it tells you how to turn. Like you got to be like some kind of figure skater to do this right. Now, I know I did it wrong. and then you got to take a wet nap and put it on your fingernails because they turn. So here's the thing: they told me to wear a hairnet. And if you see, this is the funniest video, but I got to black out so you don't see my pin and my ass. But it's the funniest thing because you see, I clearly don't know what to do, and I'm doing turns. I'm doing courtesies. Kurt, you Alexa, you shut up. Stop it. Stop it. Nobody wants to hear from you. I hate this phone so much. Anyway, so I'm doing pirouettes and like square dancing, courtesy of your partner. I'm doing all that stuff, and I'm doing like playing Twister with myself. And I know I did it wrong, but the thing is, they tell you to move in 4 different positions, and I didn't think I was going to be able to get through any of it because they spray you with the stuff, the poison, and then they put the air on, so they dry you off. So I didn't think I'd get through one thing, but after it was over, I'm like, I got through that. It's not too bad. And I looked in a mirror. And I'm like, you know what? I'm not that tan. They would tell me about double dipping before. I know the lingo. So I said, hey, can I do this again? And mind you, I'm naked. And the woman has to come in and reset the thing. So I'm like, hold on, let me put my dress on. And she comes in and says, sir, you're gonna have to get dressed. I said, well, I am dressed. I'm wearing this dress. This is what I'm wearing. And she storms out of the room. I mean, what did she expect me to put my jeans back on? I mean, I was going to get sticky. So she goes and she resets it. I get back in there like a champ, and at this time I'm doing it right. I'm doing the poses. I'm getting it straight. I'm going straight on. I'm doing it looks like Saturday Night Fever. You know, you put one arm up there and you point, and the other one goes down. And you open up your thigh, so it's your heel is on something and your toes on something. I mean, I had it down, so I was getting an even tan and everything. So I did it, and it's over. And I go out, and then I think I'm impressive. I'm in my underwear here, but see, look. Can you see that? No, you can't really see that.
That's a very dainty little waist.
Can you see that? I mean, can you see the white compared to the...
I could see it. I
Right.
can see it. Yes.
So
you did it.
So believe me, look, as white as I am right now, you got to see what's going on. Because for the second one, I put my trousers back on because the woman had to come back in. So I did get the nice tan lines. So that was one part of my story that didn't make sense. So now I put my dress on, and it's time for me to leave. But I had to pay them in between to do it again. So I only had a $50 bill on me. So I got to get my change. So that means if there's people in the lobby, I'm going to have to be waiting behind them in a dress and with my pants and my shoes in my hand. And it would just be even more embarrassing. But I walk out, and they told me that if you do 2 of them, the second one is $1. So, here's the thing, Autumn. You know me as a small business owner, as the boss here. You know me as somewhat of a tight ass at times. I was trying to save $1. You have to. Now, here's my conundrum. I want to run out, and I want to run into my car and hide. But at the same time, I gave them $50, and it's supposed to cost $1. So do I sit and count my change and argue with them if they didn't give me the $1 tan? What would you do? Well, if you had to put on a football uniform or something.
Oh, well. It's only right that you sit there and get your change back and count it.
In a dress, but see, look, I'm already, like, I think they're about to call the police. I think I'm about to, be in trouble for indecent exposure because, I'm not supposed to be wearing this very sexy dress, by the way. This is, if you don't mind me saying, I'm quite sexy, and I know it.
I think you wear it very well, Kate.
Thank you.
I think you do.
So I make the choice to be a coward, and I say, hey, I'll be back tomorrow to get my change.
Are you kidding?
I couldn't stay in line. I couldn't do it. And I was late anyway. But don't worry, I'll get that money back. So now the story isn't over. I got the people in Dress Barn knowing what I'm up to, and they're waiting for me to come out so they can take pictures. Because they happen to know that I was on 1039. Why? Because I tried to sell them on commercials. Yeah. Everything that you do during the week has to have work-related ability, something. And this tan is for when I meet with clients. It's nothing vain at all. You believe any of this, Autumn?
Absolutely not.
No, I don't either. So they're waiting for me to come out so they can take pictures. And I don't know what they're going to do with it. They're going to put it up on a wall of shame. They're going to laugh at it. They're going to show their friends. I don't know, look at this idiot who came in today. I don't show it to the police. I don't know what they're doing. So I decide to get my money tomorrow, and I sprint out. There are people in the lobby, a couple cute little girls, and I waddle out with bare feet and a dress that's out of style. Is this dress out of style? Is it for a child?
It's awful.
It's an awful dress?
Awful.
I thought it was my color. I don't know. So I am walking out. I find my car. I get in there, and I'm like, this is kind of comfy. I mean, I'm not wearing these pants anymore. I don't have shoes on. I get it. I see why. This is like a sundress, right?
Yeah.
This is like
it's definitely summer.
And look, if I got to go number 2, there's no work involved. You just take this thing and put it over your head. You girls got it made. You can drop deuces in this thing, and it's like no problem. You can drop a deuce and not even know it. You can do it at your desk.
You can do it while you're walking.
You can do it while you're walking. Yeah, it's awesome. So now here's the thing. This is what Mike was telling you about. Let's see. He's on the air right now. Let's see what he's saying. Weather now. Okay, no, that's me doing a rerun because I got in trouble. So on the way home, and I only have a couple minutes to explain. There'll be more tomorrow, but on the way home, just my luck. I am getting back here, going fast. I have my seatbelt on because I have a dress on. Don't want to wrinkle it. I see the lights in back of me. There's a cop that's pulling me over. So I get pulled over on 347. The cop comes over, and he looks in the driver's side, and I'm not saying anything at this point. I'm not greeting him. I'm not saying anything. I set my hands on the front of the steering wheel, and I just realized what world we live in because he didn't see it as a joke. I'm sure he did, but he was being sensitive because he thought I might have been in that community. Like maybe I was a man in transition or something like that. This is how absurd our country has gotten. I'm a guy who's wearing a dress. I don't look like the type of guy that is struggling with his sexuality. I hope, at least. So he said, you don't have your seatbelt on, and you were going pretty fast. I said, I'm sorry, sir. I was just at, and he's gonna love this. I tried to milk it for as best I could get it. I go, you're right, sir. I'm sorry. I was late for my TCBY meeting. And I didn't know that that's not what it's called. TCBY is yogurt, right?
Yeah.
I thought that on the way home.
Yeah.
He goes, you're what? I said my meeting with, we're a little bit different. We're not, we don't like pronouns. He goes, now he's on to me. He goes, what do you mean you don't like pronouns? I'm like, well, I don't like to be referred to as he or she. I like to be called it. And he said, well, why is that? I said, well, it's just who I identify with, and you should be more sensitive. So now he thinks I'm screwing with him, and he starts to laugh a little bit. And then we both were giggling because I couldn't carry this. As much as I thought I could carry it off, I couldn't carry it off. TCBY, really? That's a yogurt place, isn't it? What's it called? LBTY? What is it?
LGBT.
LGBT. Look, I God love those people, all right? And everybody can do whatever they want, but I don't know about it. And just because I'm ignorant doesn't mean I'm indifferent to it or anything. I just don't know. I don't know that world. I love women and do it horribly. It's the only thing I can sell it. So he was before we started knowing that this thing was just a really silly misunderstanding. He went back to his car and he took my license, and I thought I was going to get in trouble because of, I mean, look, my looks like my sack is almost hanging out. It's like I'm not. I don't look normal, and I look like I look like I'm up to something, and that's what it is. You get a feeling from somebody. The guy knew I wasn't in the TCBY company. He knew that I wasn't going to a TCBY meeting. I mean, I think everybody could see that, and I didn't carry it off. I did not do a good job. So he did let me go, but at the time I thought I was getting in trouble, so I called Mike and I said, look, you got to tell the audience this is what's happening. But I'll have, tomorrow, I will have clips and I'll have everything, and you'll get to hear the whole story. All right. Now, Autumn, do I have to change for the rest of the day?
Please. Please change.
This isn't a funny thing. I can change, but I don't have to wear any pomegranates, that's for sure. I'll tell you that much.
Say it! No pomegranates!
No. Come on.
Come on!
Say it.
No pomegranates!
All right, guys. Thanks for listening for my silliness. So we'll be back, not back tomorrow, because tomorrow in Stony Brook at the hotel, I had all these details for you. There is a gathering we're having at 103.9 LI News Radio. You guys should come down there. It's at the Hilton Garden Inn in Stony Brook tomorrow. My man Alex will be on the air from 6 to 8, I believe, and we're going to be down there. So we'll come down and meet you if you guys want to come meet. And I'll wear my dress. No, I will not. All right, guys, you're listening to the KC WMAP Radio, World's Most Amazing People. For my co-host today, Autumn, I'm KC Armstrong, and we will see you tomorrow. Thanks again. And I'm still wearing my dress. Don't judge me.